a movie called The Return, starring Ralph Fiennes and Juliette Binoche.
Give the man the boat.
This is an odd one. I was aware of this movie before the festival. I think it might have had a limited release in the States. I'm sure I'd seen the poster. I'd maybe even seen parts of a trailer for it. But essentially, if you'd ever wondered what happened to Sean Bean's character after the events of Troy, the Wolfgang Petersen movie from, when was that, 2004 maybe, or 14? Anyway, yeah, this is that story. Ralph Fiennes plays Odysseus, which is the character Sean Bean played in Troy. So 20 years after the events of Troy, Odysseus finally washes up on the shores of his home island, broken, beaten, big shaggy beard, more, unrecognizable as the king of his homeland, that he left and didn't return for 20 years because he was off, fighting with Brad Pitt in Troy. Odysseus, he's the guy who invented the Trojan horse, for lack of a better phrase. There's a scene in the movie where like some of the farm workers are chatting to this guy who they don't know is Odysseus. They don't know he's their king. He admits that he was in the Trojan War, and he talks about Odysseus in the third person, and talks about making the horse, and how the war was won, but no one ever really wins war, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a slow movie. It's quite an introverted, contemplative movie. Ralph Fiennes is great in it. He's never bad in anything that he's in. It's a very it's kind of raw. It's a bare performance, literally. There's some full frontal in this one. Juliette Binoche is very good as well. She's almost overshadowed by Ralph Fiennes' performance, but she gives quite a subtle, understated performance as well. This one, though, it didn't feel that big and that cinematic. It looked and felt like more like a high-end BBC period drama rather than a cinema movie. That's not to say it looked bad. It looked great. I think Scotch and Greek islandy type sunshine and candlelight and fireside. The cinematography looked great in that sense, but just the overall feel of it felt more high-end TV than cinema, I would say. It's slow, it's contemplative, it takes a long time to kind of get where it's going, and then when it finally gets there, it does get a bit, this is exciting, but then it's like, oh, wait a minute, this is pretty much the end of the movie. So it takes a long time to be good, and then it's over before the good stuff can resonate and sit with you. Yeah. Not got a lot much else to say about The Return. Went with 6 out of 10. Ralph Fiennes is great, but it just felt high-end TV rather than cinema, and took too long to get to where it's going. Yeah, so that's The Return. Not sure what the status with that is in terms of a cinema release, but if you're a fan of Ralph Fiennes, you should check it out.
Give the man the boat.